I'm in my kayak here, and it's pretty cool made for tall people, so you can stick your legs right out to the bow on this. Got myself a drink down here, and I'm kayaking to this island. Now the worst thing you can do is kayak with the wind and then have to go against the wind on the way home. So I'm kayaking against the wind here and on this lake, and I'm going to make my way over to the island here and maybe go over to the beach area, see what that looks like. So I've only been in my kayak twice this year, so hopefully I don't wear myself out doing this. As well, when you're kayaking, you got to use your shoulders and turn a lot and not try to use your arms too much. So you just rotate your shoulders and dig your paddle into the water and then turn, and should be fine. Also try not to tip over, because then you got to deal with either whistling to get someone to come get you or trying to get back in your kayak. And I don't have my little inflatable device to get back in the kayak. I got my pump with me so I can pump water out of it, but I don't have the inflatable device. So there you go. That's it for now. I'll turn it on a little bit later. The waves are starting to pick up a bit. I decided to go into the waves, not side on, and go close to land that way. And then from there I'll go along the side of the land, at the edge of the land, the coast, and come in from there. That way the waves aren't as big. But I know if I'm out here and the waves really pick up, it's just going to be very difficult to get back against the waves. And the waves are kind of side on. I thought they were going to be more from the north, and they're straight from the west, so it's smarter for me just to paddle into them like this and get back this way. So I got the island, but I didn't get on the island. It's good. I get to the island. I said, okay, enough is enough. I know the waves on this lake can get pretty choppy. So right now they're probably low for a motorboat, but for a kayak they're getting a bit worse. You can tell by the wind that you're hearing the mic, probably. So just gonna keep putting on the kayak. Had a little sip of water a few seconds ago. So 10 minutes probably without any water. I don't have a skirt on my kayak right now, so I won't be able to shoot big waves without getting the boat swamped. That's a bit of my concern I have. So right now I'm just going to scoot along like this. Get close to the shore and the waves reduce a bit in size. So next time you see me do this, I want to go out with a skirt on and huge waves. That'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully the waves are pushing towards my dock. If I capsize, I just have to float home. Try to paddle your way against the waves. That's it for now. That's good enough. Short enough to take a break. Right now, the problem with this area here is there's these weed islands here that you get caught up in. It's pretty hard to muscle your way out of them, so because the weeds are pretty high up this time of year. So it's September right now, so September up here in Canada, eh? We don't say roof, we say roof. We don't say about, a boot, we say about. You guys say about, Americans. About. We say about. B-O-U-T, about. Not a boot. I'm not sure who you're talking to. So, this is NBC. See, we can do the this is NBC. This is Walter Cronkite. So I'm going to turn around now because I don't want to get stuck on Weed Island. That was a good little run to the island. And the waves were picking up a lot. There's some people fishing way the heck over there. So this is a nice boat. It's a Velocity boat, and the material it's made of is called Zytec. Zytec. So you can throw this up in the rocks and nothing's going to happen. So 14-foot crossover kayak is called, because you can do seas, rivers, whatever the heck you want, because it's big enough. You can see that weed island up there? That's what I want to avoid. Because if I get in there, I'll end up pushing weeds. And my skeg in the back will go up. I don't have it steerable, I just have a skeg, which is fine. But as I put my paddle in, I'm picking weeds up. Probably a good place to fish, right on the edge here. Right off the weeds. Right here, probably good. That's where they're all hiding, man. Problem is that this time of year, you put your lure in, or put in your line, and it gets stuck. There's some ducks. Duck! There's some more ducks. I think they eat. This is Weed Island buffet, I think. That's what this is for the ducks. They're eating off of Weed Island. Oh, just saw these little fishies jump. It's funny how these things just kind of jump out of the water. I'm not sure what they are. They're like minnows or something, but they're water jumpers. There's the ducks. Chase the ducks down, but I'll end up getting caught in Weed Island. Let me go through Weed Island here, see if I can get through without getting stuck. Get some speed. I just scared the crap out of the ducks. So all I needed was a bit of speed to get through. Oh, there's more weeds here. I don't want to get through these guys. They look pretty thick. When you put your paddle in like that, it's called a bow cut. The problem with the bow cut is you lose a lot of velocity. So when you're paddling, if you want to turn left or right when you're paddling, just hold your grip inward more. Put more paddle on this side and less on this side, and you'll go towards the side of the paddle where there's less paddle. You'll turn in that direction. And that's good if you're going with a side wind, to just hold your paddle. If the side wind is going from, let's say right to left, then you leave more paddle on this side and less on this side, and then you'll be pushing more this way and less the other way as your paddle digs in. So that's how you do it. So that's the easiest way to do it, as opposed to paddling harder. You just do a consistent stroke, and you're okay. And this is okay. Time for a watch check. Vostok Amfibia Dive watch, made by Vostok. Let's take this baby off, have a look at it. You gotta have a watch check while you're kayaking. So this is on a NATO strap. It's a very nice watch, sitting on a NATO strap. And there you go. And there's a ring here and a case back. So the case back goes down and the ring compresses the case back down. And I've heard people say that these could probably go down to 1,000 feet. They've got acrylic domed crystal, which makes it even more seaworthy, or let's say watertight, and a screw down crown. And I always make sure that's nice and tight when I'm diving. And the NATO strap, if I lose a lug on one side of this strap here, then falls off, then the watch just sort of dangles on the other one. So you got basically redundancy in your strap, so you don't have to worry about losing your watch. So if you're diving with a Rolex Seamaster or some very expensive, or a Oyster or some very expensive watch, then I think it's Rolex Seamaster, is it? So Mega Seamaster. Then you don't want to lose that in the lake by coming down here and all of a sudden, bam, watch is gone. Right? So good to wear a NATO strap when you're doing stuff like this. It's my advice. One of these on a hoist, so you can take it right out of the water. No seagulls. This is a beautiful one. It's a pontoon boat. It's basically a living room on water. Then you don't have to cover it up. And you can go at any time with it. So, ooh, scared the ducks again. Nice houses on this lake. For example, if you look through there, you can see a gorgeous house. Not sure who the owner is, but That is a very, very nice house. Imagine it looks just as nice from the other side. Approach my kayak launching and recovery box that I invented. So, because it's way too, the docks are way too high to get in your kayak, so I built this box that basically you can just sit the kayak on it and ride it up. It's got an opening and a V opening in the front to let the tail drop through. So, but I got to line it up properly here, or else I'm screwed. I think if I line it up correctly, there's no issue here at all. Perfect recovery.
Yes, we saw that. Very nice.
Thanks.